there are so many weak men out there. And I know that it might sound like I'm kind of sick on my mind or something, but let me just tell you. There are some people, there are some systems, you can call it the government, the propaganda, the matrix, right? If you're just watching and irritate and stuff. So there are some people, there is a power who needs to make you weak. If you're a man or if you're a woman, if you're just a human being, there are some people who want to emasculate you, who want to make you as weak as possible. Now, of course, you might ask, but Ari, why? Why someone needs to do something like this? Do these people care about themselves only? Why do they care about other people? But let me tell you something. Can you just imagine where you have a lot of money and power? You can control the things. You can play like the real fucking game, not like a simulation, like you just playing video games or something. No, you can do some things, some big things like strikes, the war between two countries. You can push the economy. You can do whatever you want if you have this power. And of course, it's not just one person. It's not just, someone just random sitting behind his laptop and doing, some stuff like a crazy motherfucker. No, of course not. There are a lot of people who want to do something like this. And of course, everything is about money and is about the power, the control. And the reason why they want you to make you weak, because they can sell some products. Every time when they go to a store, the first step, in the store, you can see this beer, this fucking chips, this fucking cookies and like very cheap, low quality food. And of course, your dopamine, works like this. I want this, especially if you're hungry, right? I want to get this, even you're not. Every time when you go to the store, you see all this crazy stuff that makes you out of the house. And this is what happens when you don't have a masculine role in your life. I'm not talking about the father. I'm not talking about that you don't believe in God or the universe or something, but you need to have someone there. You need to have this voice. And let's say if you're a man, a young man, 15, 20 years old, maybe you're a woman, and you didn't have a father in your life, or if you had a father in your life, but this father, wasn't this big, maybe you didn't even respect him, and he's not masculine enough, he's not a king of his family and his wife, so your mother never respect him either. So this is the problem, because if you are this kind of man, so you slowly become very weak and very emotional, because there is no woman, if this mother is single, that will give this masculine advice to a young man, and this is a huge problem. But the solution is, it just sounds easier, but it's actually not. Because if you didn't have a father in your life and didn't have any masculine figure in your life, so you need to become this man by yourself, and you need to surround yourself with these people who have this masculine thoughts, who has this advice. They can give you an advice how to be a man. And I know that it may sound crazy again, but some people really want you to never have a father. So this is why they keep emasculating the modern man, because there are so many weak men. And I know that, I'm a guy, I'm a Russian man who just have been living in the USA for 5 years, here in California, in Los Angeles, where a lot of LGBT and like all these little communities are. That's right, I got it. I don't even care unless they just start touching me or, doing something bad. So that's okay. They have their opinion. And at least this works for me. They got other men too, right? And now I have more women. This is how it works. But anyway, guys, today we're going to talk about how to be this kind of man if you didn't have a father in your life, and if you want to become better as a man. And if you're new here, my name is Ari. My full name is Arseniy Kristenko, right? And here I help men to become more stronger, more disciplined, and help them to build their personal brand as well. So this is how you can start, make money, and just do whatever you want to do and have a wonderful life. So if you're interested, make sure that you subscribe, put it thumbs up, and now let's just start. Number one, you need to become your own boss and your own mentor, right? This is how it works, because no one is going to teach you how to be a man. The government, the politicians, or the school, a boss at your job, or even a family. And this is for all the worst part, because of course, if you struggling in your life, if you're starting from scratch, you want to ask for your father like an advice. But sometimes our father don't even care, or they just don't know how to give you an advice, like a very true masculine, very deep advice of a man. And this is a huge problem. So this is the reason why you need to become this man by yourself. And the good part is that there are so many books. I'm talking about Stoicism. By the way, you can just check the links and in the description below, because I put a lot of books over there. And so yeah, there are so many books and there are so many good movies that have this masculine role. The problem with modern society is that Hollywood produces these low quality man movies. Right? Every time, when you go to the theater, every time when you just watch a movie on Netflix or somewhere, there's no man who has this family, a wife who respects him, who have some kids and, big house and everything. I mean, I know it sounds like an American dream, and probably for me as a Russian immigrant, I still have this an American dream, but I believe in this, right? The reality is very brutal for our men. And this is why you don't have any energy. This is why you're tired. And this is why you can't even concentrate because of the low dopamine. Make sure that you watch, my other videos about dopamine addiction, because addiction, is what makes you weak, right? If you're addicted to so many things, so this is why you just smoke and drink, play video games, and jerking off a lot of times per day, keep scrolling short content, because all of these people and corporation want you to do something like this. So this is why you need to become your own boss and your own mentor. Number two, you need to have a system that works exactly for you. And of course, here I'm saying about some daily habits that really help you to build your best version of yourself. Okay, for me personally, I started waking up as early as possible. For me right now, these days I wake up at 5:30, 5:40, sometimes at 6 a.m. And I know it's hard, it's brutal, but I don't care, because I personally believe the more disciplined you become, the more stronger you become, the less emotional, less weak you become. And this is works for me. All right, this is my system. I wake up at 6 a.m. Then I just go to take a cold shower. And I know that during the winter season it was like very crazy, but this is what helped me to start paying off my debts, to stop drinking and smoking, to stop playing video games, to stop watching pornography and having all these bad habits. It really helped me a lot. This is like very basic, just like very little routine that really helps me every day. You can add something else maybe that works exactly for you, right? And of course, I would say that you also need to go to the gym. You also need to spend some time under the sunlight, right? Getting your vitamin D, because even you live here in California, because I'm here in California and I don't get enough vitamin D because I spend all my time in this room or in the car or at the office or someone else, and never get outside because it's like too bright or I'm just very busy, and this is the problem. But once I start running outside and spending some time outside, I started feeling much more better. Okay. And the next part, of course, to start having this healthy routine. I'm talking about food, I'm talking about sleep, I'm talking about fitness again, right? Because all of this is the fucking foundation. I mean, this is the huge key. And I know that it might sound like something very primitive, like, okay, Aria, what else? I'm not surprised here. But motherfucker, listen to me. If you've heard about it so many times, have you even tried to change your life? Have you even tried to do something with your life? Or you just keep watching one video to another and do nothing with your life? And this is the problem of the modern society, because modern men are weak as fuck. They don't care. Every time when I go outside, I see these young motherfuckers who just smoking this vape or this cigarette or something. They look like a shit, a lot of garbage instead of just wearing high quality clothes. I know they're young and stuff. They go to school, to college, right? And there's a culture in America, but I'm here to change something in life. I know it sounds very selfish, but I don't care, right? The last part, you need to learn without any approval. You need to stop asking for other people's opinion, like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Or when a guy just asks his girlfriend, hey, can I go outside and play soccer with my friends? Can I go to the bar, to take to get a bottle of beer with my friends or something? It's not a man. Why would you need to ask your girlfriend about it if it makes you healthy? I'm talking about soccer. I'm talking about, when you just meet your friends and, do something very cool for you. But I mean, You need to start, seeking for approval. You need to stop pleasing people. Oh man, it's so bad when a guy, he's already weak and emotional as fuck, and he keep asking you stupid questions about his life. All right, now let me tell you something. How can you change your life right now? Not tomorrow, no, from the next Monday, but right now. You need to take a white paper, just a white list, a fucking page on the iPhone or something, or a simple pen and a paper, and write off your goals. What do you want to get in your life? And to make it easier, can you just imagine yourself as an image, right, for the next 5 years or maybe a year from now? So by the end of 2025 or whatever year you're watching this video, all right, who is this person? I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be less emotional. I have this kind of physique, and my weight is like this, or I have this wonderful girl next to me. I have, I make this much money and stuff. So when you have the thoughts, when you write everything down and you see with your eyes your goals, this life and the universe gives you so much energy, so many opportunities, and there is another opportunity that just keep knocking to your door. You just need to open this fucking door and start doing shit in your life. All right. So guys, I hope that you really got it, and I hope that you really enjoyed this video, because I mean, my advice is I try to give you, as best as I can. I'm still not fluent in English, of course. I'm still do a lot of mistakes, but I don't really care. I believe that this is the language of the universe or something. If you're a human, this is amazing, and this is how I, give my advices. All right, guys. So if you liked watching this video, make sure that you subscribe, put a thumbs up, and I have an Instagram account where I also share a lot of stories from the gym, from the nature, or there are place I go to. So follow me there as well, and also you guys at the next one. Всем пока.